welcome to A Whole New World, your home show. A few weeks ago, the team and I were sifting through some of the makeover requests we had received, and we came across a very unexpected one.
Hi, I'm Ashley Rebello, and I would need your help in creating a whole new world for me.
The name rang a bell, and I played it over and over in my head till it finally came back to me. Ek tha tiger, Yuvraj, Jaane tu ya jaane na, the man behind the costumes of Bollywood's A-listers. It was indeed stylist and designer Ashley Rebello. But why would he possibly want a whole new world?
There was a time in my life where I was really riding high, making the money and having my fun too. 10 years back, when my mum was unwell, my lows started, I would say, about both her kidney failures, and the last 2 years she was bedridden. And that was the most trying time for me. I went to every dargah, I went to every church, I went everywhere under the sun asking for, just to save her for me for a few more years. At times, I would always wonder, how am I getting the money to manage to look after my mum for the next day? Whatever I had earned went down to literally down to zero. I lost my mum 2 years back. I still feel the void in my house, in my life, and she was like, my complete pillar of strength. I started my life back again, and I really thank God that my sisters and my niece, Tanushka, was like a pillar of strength to me. And they were there like 24/7 for me.
I know Ashley has said that we have been his support system, but it works both ways. And he has actually been our biggest support system all through the years.
And of course, my extended family, who's my family now, the Khan family, were really there to help me out.
Ashley's a dear friend. I've known Ashley since college.
Alvira told me, she said, Dabang is happening, and just come on now, snap out of it, and start with work and get up and get yourself together.
They take on a job, they will make sure that they have the utmost amount of respect, love and care for that person, which automatically brings in damn good work. So perhaps that's the reason why I like working with Ashley and my sister.
As my financial cautions went up and I was better off in this past 2 years, I was in this small little 200 square foot office. Not that I'm shifting into a 1,000 square foot office, but it's a little bigger, it's 400, it's almost double the amount. I'm looking forward to a separate space to myself, a separate designing area, a separate area for my trials and where my brides would be. I would really like NDTV Good Times to come and help me in building my space, my own small little office for myself, my own zen place that I will be the most happiest in.
That story moved us so much that we knew instantly we wanted to help Ashley face his life change and improve things for him. And we couldn't think of anyone better than an architect who's already been on the show and completely suited for this job, Saket Sethi. To refresh your memory, Saket, the principal architect of Archaeologics Design, transformed the very first home on this show, that of Varun Gogia.
There's a surprise in every little corner.
So does this project excite you?
Of course, incredibly so. When I heard this story, I really felt like I could connect with it. So we said we must do it.
Okay. Well, what would be the first step?
We need to see the space, but we also need to meet the client and see what his requirements are. So it's a list of 3 things together.
Well, when it comes to the space, I have keys to the office. So well, the thing is, Ashley is not in the country. He's traveling. So
as long as we get the brief in one form or the other, we're good with it.
Ashley's taken care of that. It's with me right now.
Nice.
Hey, Joey. As you can see my old space, I think it's a little small and cramped up, so I've designed it myself. My sister's made this lovely desk. I'd like to take it along with me. Of course, my mom and dad's picture, which means a lot to me. My lovely cross that I found somewhere, I do not know where. And my mirrors, which I can't do without. I love looking at myself. There's also this little bust that I have, which is integral for every designer. And of course my photographs, I've got lots of memories attached to them on different shoots. Okay Juhi, now that you've seen my old space, I'd like you to see my new space.
I'd like to see it right away.
Let's go.
So this is my space
I
have. It's one big room, but just, you know, divided by different partitions.
Holy shit, this place is a dump.
This is a holy mess.
Yeah, nice pigeon poop over there and busted flooring.
Saket, you have so much hard work ahead of you.
This is like a small little reception area that I want. And I'd like a partition or something over here that you can see through and yet not. And this is where my workspace would, I'd ideally like my workspace to be.
What he's saying is that if he's working here,
right,
he would want some sort of visibility barrier here.
Okay.
Want some privacy when he's meeting with his clients.
Okay.
And here I'd like, you know, something where it speaks about me and my work. I'm a big fan of gold and silver because I feel gold brings prosperity in any which way. So I'd like some gold to be there on the walls. The ceiling looks hideous and the flooring looks even worse.
There's a loft, there's a change in ceiling height.
Are you scared?
No.
This is a room that I'm looking at, which is like, you know, like a little changing room that I want.
Now, a whole new world is all about taking one room and transforming it into a whole new space. And Ashley here was talking about a completely different room. I believe our producer did mention this to him, and Ashley had quite the reaction.
It's one room. So this is one space, and you'll have to do this space also, okay? Not only this space, also, okay?
He's very particular about that.
Very clear that we have to do this and that space also.
So I think that's the space where all the drama is going to happen. All the celebrities do their changing.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so important to him. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, let's go have a look. This is a very tiny space.
I second that.
Yeah? What does Ashley have to say about it?
Let's see.
I'd like, you know, like a little partition here, sort of a movable partition that I can use so my assistants can use the backspace, and this would be like the actual changing room where this can close, you know. That's like going to be the outdoor where I want little plants over there. So, you know, you can't see the outside rush from there, and yet it gives me my space.
So, how long do we have to do this job?
I just want you to watch what Ashley has to say to us.
I'm going for 20 days out of town, and hopefully when I come back, not hopefully, I'm quite sure that when I come back, you're going to surprise me with a new space that's going to be mine. You all work miracles, I'm sure you'll do this one too.
You have a total of 20 days.
Counting today.
Counting today.
Now that's a challenge.
I know there's a lot of pressure on you, so let's head out. Gopalji and his band of workers arrived the very next day to dismantle the unwanted existing elements of this space, like the electricals and the flooring, which is in tatters. Eventually, this garish false ceiling will make its way out too. With Ashley's deadline hanging like a sword over his head, Saket has been busy trying to figure out his action plan.
So design for me is a process I really don't like to hurry, and unfortunately I'm running short of time. I need to start the work on site and I yet don't have the idea that I need right away. So I guess I'm going to change tracks and just head to site, and I'll come back to this. So I'm here on site today to order the ply for the entire site work. As you can see, we have no doors. So we need box ply for the doors. And we need to cover these laminates that we have, which are pretty ugly. And the centerpiece of this design, beginning in the ceiling, traveling around, and coming down as a partition between the public and the private areas. This is a pretty simple process. All I have to do is launch the Century Ply app, and we're good to go.
Since the ply requirement for this job is extensive, Saket orders a total of 17 sheets of ply in varied thickness and 3 flush doors. With the initial job done, Saket's next move is to figure out the electrical plan.
I'm going to be keeping the lighting and electrical design incredibly simple because you know what, the space just doesn't allow for anything complicated. I'm going to be using tube lights and concealed spotlights, which I'm picking up from Lighting World. And I've had a chance to size up what kind of person Ashley is, and he's a vintage, old world sort of guy. So I'm going to be using one of his ornate chandeliers and a dressy mirror. The only thing I have left to find is a complimentary fan.
On site, the very first of our vendors deliver construction materials. The order from Century Ply has arrived and a brand new canvas for Saket's color story is being set up. Saket, on the other hand, is seen doodling away. And after what seems to be a lot of brainstorming, he finally manages to crack a very big part of the design.
What I'm trying to do is really challenging because I want to tell Ashley's life story through a piece of design that runs through his ceiling and the partition in the space. I visualize Ashley as a dot to begin with, turning into a diamond and then into a symbol of the fleur-de-lis. Ashley loves the 3 people that he works with, and I wanted to combine that in the design so you have a quadrant fleur-de-lis related to A/2, which is the name of the company. Ashley also loves butterflies and dragonflies, so these motifs are interchanged into the main design, which I'm going to laser cut on ply.
And so the extra order of ply finds purpose. It is sent off to Aptech, the experts in laser cutting, where Saket's sketch will eventually become a reality.
He's given us a very complicated design. It's really intricate and it's going to take us a lot of efforts to do this, and we are going to ensure we do it in time and without any wastage.
As pieces of the design gradually fall into place, Saket turns his attention to the color story. Armed with a few tidbits of information from Ashley, it's the Asian Paints color store to the rescue. So we turn to the color consultant, Novien Lacquire, who makes a suggestion.
Since he's a fashion designer and deals with fabrics every day, you could probably go in for Royal Play Textile.
Ah,
there you go.
That sounds like a good fit already.
This is a texture which is inspired by fashion. So you have different products in this. So you could go in for something like that probably for one wall, if you're looking at white.
Right. I'm really caked. I've just locked in the textile range for my feature walls. I'm also going to give Ashley a little bit of what he wants, and I think eggshell is a perfect choice for the rest of his walls. I'm going to add a twist and put some rose blush, which is another variant shade of white. And Ashley believes that gold is a symbol of prosperity, so I'm going to do a bit of gold highlights in the statement rooms.
Back at Aptech, the first signs of what the ply cut work will look like finally emerge, and it is looking unique. Since time is our main concern here, Saket and I, on the other hand, are re-looking at Ashley's office layout to plan our next move. Right now, it looks a little bare to me. I'm a little worried as to how we're going to fix that in terms of furniture and whatnot.
It's all sorted already. All the furniture that's moving into the core spaces of the change room and the main office have been sorted from pepperfry.com.
Oh, okay.
Everything. You'd be amazed at how much variety there is, and it's just a click and you're there.
I know about this because I've actually shopped on the website. So can we have a look at what they have?
Absolutely. We're starting with the seating, and if you can see, I've chosen a sort of more formal director chairs rather than a more casual approach to the seating. So we've got 2 of these that follow in these areas.
Okay.
And at the entry, what I proposed is, if you can see over here, there's sort of a bench happening, which is this ikat bench. And it adds this sort of unique Indian touch. Ikat's very hot right now. So the ikat bench and the screen separate the formal main table from the entry area.
Okay, that's interesting.
The main seating, which is a visitor seating, is composed for these old wood rustic chairs, which I thought would be an interesting contrast.
Of these
There's 3 of them over here.
Very cool. I like this. Yeah. Saket also shortlists a comfortable sofa chair for the changing room, an ottoman in jute fabric, and accessories for the walls.
And yeah, that's about it. That covers the entire look, all from Pepperfry.
And how do we pick this stuff up?
We don't. They're going to deliver it.
That's brilliant. So I think we've got all the furniture covered.